Hi, my dear intermediate second year students. Welcome to online English class. As you know, I am Depparo, lecturer in English, Gamian Junior College. Yeah, this is really my privilege to work here in Gamian Junior College because this is a center of education. My dear students, today class is in last class we have discussed word stress with some of the rules, and even I have given you notes also. I thought you have completed your notebook notes on word stress and try to understand what we discussed in last class. So my dear students, today's class my face does not appear because this some type of grammar topics in English in secondary English, it is not possible to teach without a textbook. So it is not possible explain on blackboard. So that is why I am going to adopt this kind of way. So you try to understand. I show the topic, graphs, questions and answers. You listen carefully and try to understand. Now today, let us discuss the topic interpretation of nonverbal information. As you know, in first year we discussed, you have learned in information transfer like graphs, pie chart, bar graph, tree diagram, flow chart, route map, like that. But the same topic here in second year, but the asking question is different. In first year, information transfer, text to diagram, diagram to text. But when you come to second year, it is not like that. A full of information, a graph is given. Under that graph, 5 questions. So if you want to get the answers to that 5 questions, to those 5 questions, first of all, you try to understand what is the information given in the diagram. So let us discuss interpretation of non-verbal information. See here some parts, as I told you. First of all, pie chart. It is a circular diagram divided into sectors to illustrate numerical proportions. Okay, I repeat, pie chart is a circular diagram divided into sectors to illustrate numerical proportion. So this is a pie chart, as you know, because you studied already in first year. So this pie chart divided into some sectors, and each sector indicate some aspect. So simply this is called pie chart. Now the second one is a tree diagram. It starts with one item that branches into 2 or more, each of which branch into 2 or more, and so on. This is a tree diagram. Model of this is a model of tree diagram. Okay, next third one is a table. Third one is a table. Okay. Third one is a table. A table is the simplest way to represent data. A table is a collection of rows and columns. Example of this table is this one. Here only models only. These are not questions. I give you clarity completely. Next one is bar graph. Bar graph is used to represent data using bars of different heights and lengths. Data is graphed either horizontally or vertically. So this is bar graph. You have familiar this because already studied in 10th class. Sorry, in intermediate first year. Next one, a flow chart is a diagram that depicts a process or a logical sequence. This is a flow chart. Okay, the step-by-step process are there in this flow chart. Okay, my dear students, what I told you: pie chart, tree diagram, table, bar graph, and flow chart. So among them, let us discuss today one of the topic, that is pie chart. See, I explain each and everything what is given the information in pie chart. Then later we shall discuss questions and also answers. See, in examination point of view, exactly you are asked like this. Observe the following tree diagram carefully, then answer the questions given under them. That means below a pie diagram is given, you have to understand the pie diagram, what is the matter given in it, and try to get answers by using that information. See, the first one is a pie chart showing the amount of water we use for different purposes. Each and every graph, the first line indicates, the first line tells about that pie chart or bar graph or tree diagram. Like that, for this first diagram showing the amount of water we use for different purposes. So daily we use water for different purposes. For how much of water we use, how much percentage of water we use on each purpose. See, how much water do we use? This is the question. So I am showing this diagram very clearly. You try to understand. I go very slowly. You always try to think positively and don't get hesitation. See, this is a pie chart. Okay, we use 26.7% of water for toilet. Okay, next one, shower. 16.8% of water we use for shower. Then 15.7% faucet. You know, faucet means a device which protects water not wasting from pipe. That is called faucet. Next one, 21.7% of water we use clothes washer. Next, 13.7% waste this water through leaks. The next one is 5.3% we use water other purpose. So this is totally the pie chart is given here. The highest, okay, once it is better to analyze from highest to least. What is the highest here? 26.7 toilet. Which occupies the second place? 21.7 clothes washer. Next place shower, and next place faucet, next place leaks, and last place other. So for this pie chart, source is also given. See here, source American Water Works Association Research Foundation, Residential End Uses of Water, 1999. So this is totally the information given in this first pie chart. Let us discuss the questions and later try to get answered. What does the pie chart show? What does the pie chart show? What this pie chart indicates? What this pie chart gives us the idea? This is the question. Now answer. For this question answer, see this line, pink line, pie chart showing the amount of water we use for different purposes. This is the first question answer. Now coming to the second question. For what do we use maximum water? What is that? For what do we use maximum water? See, in this question, first of all, you try to understand what is the meaning of maximum. Least or highest, maximum means, as you know, highest. Now go to pie chart. Answer is 26.7, that is toilet. Second question answer, toilet. What is the second question once again? For what do we use maximum water? Toilet. You may write in bracket 26.7. Now coming to the second question, third question. How many types of usage of water is taken into consideration in the diagram? Did you understand the question? I repeat. How many types of usage of water is taken into consideration in the diagram? So in this diagram, how many purposes are given? That is the answer. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to this question, answer is 6 simply. Fourth question, how much water is wasted on leaks? It is very clear. How much water is wasted on leaks? See, leaks here. No, leaks 13.7%. That is the answer. Now, what is the source of the information? Below the pie chart, very clearly source is given. Answer: American Water Works Association Research Foundation. That's all. So this is the first pie chart. I think all of you got answers. After listening this video, you write answer, question and answers. No need to draw this diagram because after reopening colleges, you have textbook and study material. So that is why at present, after completion of this video, you write questions and answers only. Now let us go to the second question. Pie chart showing the major source of energy for our requirement in India. What is that? Pie chart showing, this is the second question. Pie chart showing the major sources of energy for our requirements in India. Major sources in India. This is the simply question. Now, coal 25%. Next, petroleum 41%, hydroelectric 4%, nuclear 9%, others 1%, natural gas 20%. So this is a major source of energy for our requirements in India. Let us see this once again from highest to least. What is the highest energy? Petroleum, that is 41%. Next place is occupied by coal, that is 25%. Third place goes to natural gas 20%. Next, nuclear 9%. Next place, hydroelectric 4%. And last place for others, that is only 1%. It's better to go to the questions. I think you understood very clearly the second pie chart. Now let us go to the questions. See, what does the pie chart show? What does the pie chart show? Yeah, for this question, answer: the pie chart showing the major sources of energy for our requirements in India. If anybody have textbook, that is page number 193. Okay, page number 193. Yes. So first question answer: pie chart showing the major source of energy for our requirements in India. Now second question: state true or false. State true or false. See, whenever you are asked the question like this, you may write true or false. Only one, but don't write two answers. Natural gas and coal put together is almost equal to our major source of energy. Major source of energy. Here you need to understand natural gas and coal. Natural gas and coal. Yeah, here natural gas 20%, coal 25%, together 45%. What is the question? Natural gas and coal put together is almost equal. You have to understand the term almost equal. It's not equal, almost equal. So that is why answer is true. Answer is true. Now third question. What is the second major source of energy in our country? What is the second major source of energy in our country? Second major source. So in figure, what is the second one? First one, sure, petroleum. Second one is 25, 29, 1, 4. Sure. Second answer, coal, that is 25%. Next, third question. Fourth question. How many sources of energy are taken into consideration? How many sources of energy are taken into consideration? Just simply you can count how many parts are given in this pie chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So answer simply 6. Next question. What is hydroelectric power? What is hydroelectric power? So this is generally a general question. You don't get answer in this graph because wherever it is not given. So generally, often on you are asked the question like this: what is hydroelectric power? So answer: electricity produced with water. Electricity produced with water. Once again, electricity produced with water. So that is the second one. Now, third, here is the pie chart showing the recommended diet for a normal healthy person. A normal healthy person. A healthy person wants to take food like this with these requirements. Recommended diet. So this recommended diet by doctors and well-wishers maybe. So, yes, let us see one by one here. Protein 23% is needed. Next, fruit 30%. 18% vegetables. A healthy person takes 18% of vegetables daily. And then dairy 15%. Dairy means milk products. Do you know that dairy? DIARY, another word is also there. Just daily routines we write on that book, but it's not here. Just simply the difference. Here DAIRY milk product, DIARY a book, that daily activities we write in which. Okay, don't get confusion. This is dairy 15%. Now grains 9%. A healthy person wants to take grains 9% daily, and last one others 5%. So this is together recommended. A healthy person is recommended to take all these food items per a day. That is 23 protein, 30% fruit, 9% grains, 15% dairy, 18% vegetables, and others 5%. Okay. See, once again, here is the pie chart showing the recommended diet for a normal healthy person. Healthy person wants to take these kind of different percentages of food items. Let's go to the question. What does the pie chart show? What does the pie chart show? See, answer: the pie chart showing the recommended diet for a normal healthy person. That is the first question. Answer. Don't get confusion. It is this type of grammar is easy to get 5 out of 5 marks. Second one, what should be the major part of our diet according to the diagram? What is that? What should be the major part of our diet according to the diagram? That means major part. You try to understand here the word major part of our diet. Major part means here highest percentage on which we have to take. Here 23, 18, 15, 9, 5, 30. So this is 30% fruit. Answer: fruit. What should be the major part of our diet according to the diagram? Fruit is the answer, 30%. Third question. State true or false. As you know, true or false. Between them, any one to be written. Fruit and protein put together cover almost half of our diet. Half of our diet. Suppose this is 100%, half means 50%. Here, what is the question? Fruit and protein put together cover almost half of our diet. Fruit and protein. Fruit 30, protein 23%. So put together 53%. So more than 50%. So that is answer is true. Answer is true. What should be the major part? Fruit and protein put together cover almost half of our diet. Right. Give 2 examples of dairy products. Give 2 examples of dairy products. This is also a general question because here dairy products not mentioned here. Dairy products are not mentioned here, but only the dairy is given, that is 15%. This is also a general question, as you know very well. Answer: milk, curd, butter. Any two answers are right. Give two examples of dairy products: milk, curd, butter, like that. Okay. How much percentage of vegetable should a healthy person have in his or her diet? What is that? How much percentage of vegetables, okay, should a healthy person have in his or her diet? It is very clear. Vegetables, 18%. Answer is 18%. This is also completed. So the third question is about the recommended diet for a normal healthy person. After listening this video, please, boys and girls, write question and answers. No need to draw this graph. Now let us go to the next question. The following pie chart is about the percentage of people in the US, United States of America, who speak different languages of the Indian subcontinent. That means some people settled in America, that is US, who speak different languages of the Indian subcontinent. Indian subcontinent languages are spoken by the people who settled in US. This is the question. See, languages of the Indian subcontinent spoken in the US. Let us see one by one. Here, Hindi or Urdu, 33.74%. It doesn't appear clearly. I change the book. Just wait. Just wait, boys and girls. I change the book because it's not clear. It doesn't appear clear. Right. See, Hindi, Urdu, 33.74%. Next, Gujarati, 12.13%. These are all languages, Hindi or Urdu, and Gujarati 12.13%. Bengali, that is 8.34% speak Bengali. Then Punjabi, 8.19% speak Punjabi. Then Telugu, 7.98%. 7.98% of people speak Telugu language. Next, Tamil, 6.12. This indicates. Malayalam, 4.72%. Nepali, 2.99%. Our beside country, this is very small country. Then Marathi, 2.38%. This indicates. Kannada, 1.55%. And Sinhalese, 0.86%. This small sector indicates that Sinhalese, 0.86% of people speak Sinhalese. Then others, 11.02. Other means any other languages. So altogether, this is the pie chart given. This is about Indian subcontinent languages. The people who settled in America speak and or follow these languages. Now let's go to the questions. What does the pie chart show? Answer very clear. Languages of the Indian subcontinent spoken in the US are the following pie chart. You write total these two lines. The following pie chart is about the percentage of people in the US who speak different languages of Indian subcontinent. That's all. Second question. How many languages have been taken into consideration? How many languages have been taken into consideration? For this question, you don't involve this other, because that is not language. Other, that's all, because it is not mentioned very clearly which language belongs to other. So that's why count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that is also considered, I think. What is the question? Which position? No. How many languages have been taken into consideration? How many languages taken into consideration? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 languages. 11. Now next question is, what is the major Indian language spoken in the US? What is the major Indian language spoken in the US? Major means what is the highest percentage here? That is Hindi or Urdu, 33.74%. Next question. Which position does Telugu stand in the pie chart from the highest to the lowest order? Understand the question. Which position does Telugu stand in the pie chart from the highest to the lowest order? Highest to the lowest order, we consider percentage here. The highest percentage Hindi 1, next percentage highest Gujarati 2, next 3, 4, 5, no, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the question? Which position does Telugu stand in the pie chart from the highest to the lowest order? So fifth position. 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Sixth 1, 2. No. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5. Yeah, exactly. Fifth position. Now last question. Which of our neighboring countries speak Simhali? Which of our neighboring country speak Simhali? You know, Simhali is here. This is Simhali. Simhali means a language which is spoken in Sri Lanka. That is Simhali. That is the answer. Okay, boys and girls, thank you very much for listening this. After listening this, you try to understand and write questions and answer. No need to draw the graphs. Okay, later we meet in next class.